Hey Russell, how you doing? Thanks for sending me that video. I hope everything's going well with you. The first thing I really want to talk about here is the rhythm. So if we just take the first three measures, we have the same rhythmic idea in all of them. What you're doing in your recording is you're really rushing beat 3. You're playing more of a 16th note dotted 8th rhythm. And we really want to make sure we're playing straight 8th notes like this. So that's really important. You really focus on how you're doing that rhythm. I'm not sure what your left and right hand fingerings are. Next time what you should do is send me a video so I can see your left and right hand and give you specific feedback to that. But as always, you just want to make sure you're not doubling any of your right hand fingerings and avoiding cross string fingerings, meaning that if you're playing a note on the 3rd string and the next note's on the 2nd string, you want to make sure that you're going index to middle, not middle to index. So good. Also, if you look at the score, you'll see that there's 2 parts. You have the higher part, which is the same in the first 3 measures. 1, 4, 1. And then you have the lower voice, which is a quarter note, quarter rest, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter note, quarter rest, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter note, quarter rest, quarter rest. What you need to make sure you're doing on beats 2 and 3 where you have the rest is that you're cutting off the open A in measure 1 and then the F in the 2nd measure. You do that in the first measure by when you play the C on beat 2, you want to plant your thumb between the 5th and the 6th string to stop that A from ringing. If you don't do that, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing a dotted half note, quarter note, and we don't want that. We want to make sure we don't have anything in the lower voice ringing over in beats 2 and 3. So the way that looks in the first 3 measures, I'll do it really slow. Now I'm playing between 4 and 5 to cut that F off. Now I'm playing between 4 and 5 again to cut the D off. So make sure you're doing that. Also, make sure you're playing it at a speed that you can maintain. I mean, this is a pretty difficult prelude. And then once you get into measures 4, 5, you've got a lot more running 8th, 16th notes. And if you're pushing the tempo in the first 3 measures, you may have a bit of a difficult time being steady. So I would really do some sectionals, between 4, 5, and 6, just to make sure that you can maintain that 16th note speed. I got little Alec here in the background. He was enjoying listening to your video, and now he's just hanging out, about ready to take a nap, hopefully. So anyway, measures 4, 5, and 6. Just make sure you have a consistent rhythm. Okay, so just go at a speed where you feel comfortable. Measure 7 to the rest of what you played. You really need to go measure to measure just to make sure that you're playing the right notes and maintaining tempo. That's the most important thing. You might even want to take it beat by beat. There's a bit of disruption kind of consistently in there that you want to work on fixing. How I play it, I'll play it really slow. I get 3 on C, and then I play 4. Now when I drop my 3rd finger to F, I'm still holding this G down, and what that's going to help me do is keep a legato line, just keep it smooth. So, and you also don't have to move it, and it doesn't interfere with the harmony. So now, right there, just make sure in measure 8 on the D, on the second part of on the E, or the second 16th note, let that ring over a little bit into the and, or the 3rd 16th note. What you want to avoid is something like this. Right, you want to let the notes ring over each other a little bit here. Excuse me. In measure 8 on beat 3, what you could do to make this a little bit easier is do a half bar in 1st position. Here you have 1 on the A on the 4th 16th note in beat 2, and then just slide that to the G sharp, make a half bar, 4 on the F sharp. That means that way you have those last 3 16th notes, or those last 2 16th notes in the bar. And then on beat 4, release the bar. Okay, and then 5th position. Then 1 on F. Now make a 2/3 bar in 4th position. So again, on measure 9. That way I don't have to make an awkward movement with my 1st finger that could look like this. Okay, it's a lot easier if you just have that bar there. Now I'm taking my 3rd finger and reaching to the E on the 5th string 7th fret, and then I bring my 1st finger to the 2nd string 5th fret, 4th finger on F sharp, slide that F sharp to G. Okay, so again, measure 9. Now I have a 2/3 bar. You could really do a half bar in measure 10 in 5th position to get that D sharp and A. And then when I have the open B, I'm taking that 2/3 bar off. I'm going to play the B open. And then I'm going to come into 2nd position. So again, measure 9 into measure 10. Okay, so work with that. That's the first 10 measures. Send it to me again. Really try to slow it down. Really focus on your rhythm throughout. And make sure that it's consistent. It's staying the same. You're not having little hiccups. In order to do that, just do your sectionals. Maybe break it down 1 measure at a time. Make sure when you do sectionals, if you're doing it 1 measure at a time, end the section on the 1st beat of the next measure. So if you're doing a sectional on measure 4 into measure 5, don't stop here. And by the way, that fingering you don't have to do. I play it, I do kind of a cross string. But it's completely fine if you want to go and stop there on the downbeat of 5, as opposed to stopping there, because that will kind of help you prepare for the transition to where you're going. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to hearing the next video. Take care.